contending production Alfa Romeos. James Kay, second position in the production class. Right behind, well, not right behind anymore. That's Harrison off. The leader of the production class off, as was his wheel, just over the top of Paddock Hill.
Scary moment for Simon Harrison. The left front belay, you see it rolling down the gravel trap. Came off just as he was entering the corner. Let's just see what it felt like for Simon. There it is, no control whatsoever. Just about comes to a rest before he solidly hits it.
Meantime, brace yourself, here comes the cavalry. It's the production on board with Collard, right behind James Kay in the Honda. Screaming around Allard's corner for the first time. Up and over the rise like a swarm of angry bees down into the complex for the first time. Kay on the inside, he's making a move down the themselves. These are our race leaders. There is our race leader. That's Kate on the inside of Moen, and he's tagged him and turned him around across the street. It's not over yet. He's just climbing all over the front of it. Amazing stuff through the chicane. What on earth is that all about?
That's just animal, and I'll tell you what, it should be in a cage. Moen and Kate got involved, and Kate just drove that Peugeot feather on the grass. Then he pays the penalty, rides the guard up in the air. Well, that's a photograph he'll have for his scrap-broken years to come, but one in lost suspension and steering all over the place.
Here are the two race leaders. Harrison is the race leader ahead of us in the Peugeot, and Jason Plato is the touring leader, and he is about to take the overall race lead with only about a handful of laps left. Charge! It's the production boys. Harrison moves into the lead. On board now with Moen feeding through. Oh, there goes Gavin Piper as well, just slides through the inside of Roger. He's not going to get up to these guys because they're on the back straight. Only one corner left. And the winner of the production class, Simon Harrison, third place in production. Well, race order after lap 11. Moen Harrison with O'Neill, a distant third. This is the race for the lead, though. Bit of a big lock up there for Moen. Moen's run wide, unbelievably. Locked it up. All over.
Front brakes locked up. We've seen Peugeot having a problem with their brakes on other circuits, but not at Silverstone. But Moen locked the front up. Harrison's through.
Rough and tumble stuff, Waddy.
Well, I tell you what, I've never seen these production cars so aggressive. We're only on lap 2.
Everyone's going to be very tired. It's Howell, Kay, and Piper, the top three. Muller is the leading touring car, still chasing this bunch because he's got to unlap himself. Very agricultural stuff, using all the curves and more. Moving down to the insurance claim will be an interesting read. James Kay in the thick of things as well with Simon Harrison. They've had some great sport this year. Simon Harrison in the orange Peugeot. Great James Kay right behind him in the silver Honda. Moves down the inside. Makes that look pretty easy. Harrison runs a little bit wide and Kay takes him down the pit straight. Hal follows and Roger Moen now side by side with Harrison.
Well, Harrison just left the door open to James Kay, and of course that allowed then Howell to get through, and now Roger Moen, teammate to Harrison.
Poor old Simon Harrison will be losing count. As they all slip past him, he's carrying some pretty heavy success ballast this weekend, which won't be helping.
And these cars, that level of ballast, 57 kilograms, is a bit.
On board now with Paul O'Neill. Now there's Howell ahead of us. Problems as well there for Simon Harrison. He's all over the place. I think we might be through past Howell. I'm really lining up Simon Harrison. Yes, we are. We've picked up a position. Now we're up into P3 on board with Paul O'Neill. This is great stuff from the newcomer. Coming up to the hairpin before the pit straight. Puff of smoke. Harrison locks him up. Are we through? Yes, indeed. Fabulous stuff. Paul O'Neill rises up through the ranks into second place. There's Howell. Now, can he make it stick? He's under real pressure, but good stuff.
Well, that's the best race I've seen O'Neill drive all year, and boy, has he improved. Harrison's suffering from a car that appears to have some erratic grip at the back. Has it 1 minute, the next minute it ain't there.
Well, you better hang on, Paul. It ain't over yet, sunshine. Two of these boys climbing all over you.
Speed.
Well, here we are now on board with Graves. Can we fight back? Boom! Moen just clubs those tyres on the way through.
It was inevitable. Those tyres are always in a vulnerable part of the track. He had the advantage. Erdos recognised it. On your first lap, don't be a hero.
Oh, big slip and slide by Moen down the inside of Harrison. Wandering under brakes and whacks him on the way through. I reckon that's 1-1.
Well, we also know that Peugeot are a little bit marginal on brakes here with the 306s, but this team has worked very hard indeed to get good brakes that will last for the entire race, but Moen uses them to the limit. Bang! Into Harrison's door.
They aren't marginal brakes, mate. He's got two Peugeots to help him stop. His own set of brakes and Harrison's as well.
James Kay will say, well, those are boys on the road. Not think of the checkered flag just yet.
Well, a wake-up call, probably a welcome one. Tom Boardman now getting a little bit of a tap there from Simon Harrison, and another tap, and well, he must be thinking to himself, have I got a target written on my car? Side by side, pushes back again, fair enough stuff from Tom. Now Harrison's got to find another way around. Boardman's covering the inside line. Simon's trying to run around the outside. Phil Bennett, meantime, is trying to thread his way through because he is the touring car race leader. Tom Boardman probably disadvantaged himself a little bit there by hoiking out of the way. Quick, smart.
Well, they're racing for the lead of this race. Of course, Bennett's having to come up through the field. And he's saying, well, all of a sudden, what are these guys doing? They don't know I'm here. I don't want to get damaged. I've got to keep out of their way.
Here's Tom Boardman leading in production. Now, this is a really big fight for P2 in production. It's Harrison down the inside, Kay on the outside. Harrison in the orange Peugeot. Just can't find room. Kay holds him off.
And again, good racing between these two experienced drivers. They could have been contact, but they had kept apart.
Now, how are they going to keep apart here? Side by side, Harrison back through again. Cracking stuff. Got to hold it in tight. Kay does the switch back. Late turn in. Oh, contact. Damn blast, says Simon Harrison. Pushed wide, Kay's the lead cars, but one in production. And what a battle they're having.
But the real race is between Simon Harrison and James Kay. They're battling for the lead in the production championship.
Production start. Look at Jackson just trying to mount the back of Simon Harrison's Peugeot. But in that Ford Focus, he does not give up. Watch what happens next. Down through Bannikill, excuse me. Oh, room there for a small one. Slither, slither, slither. Picks up about 3 places.
This incident occurred because Sutcliffe stalled. Everybody spreads out, fans out. Jackson finds himself with nowhere to go except the barrier on the right and a car.
Except Anthony Reid.
Well, when a driver makes a decision
still
like
a
that,
race to be run here, and there's still a production championship to be won as well. Now, position we've got here is that this man, Simon Harrison, all he has to do is keep it on the island and finish. James Kay, the only man who can beat him in the championship, is on the road.